Divine One. Vander. Thanks for saving us.
Yeah. And, sorry. This all happened because we ran ahead.
I'm the one who should apologize. You put yourselves in danger trying to protect me. It's such a relief you're both safe now.
Divine One, I hear more enemies approaching.
More? I thought we'd gotten them all.
Evidently not. These creatures, will there be no end to them?
Huh? There's more? And they got a dragon? At last, you are awake. Is it really you? Yes, it's me. Thank you for saving us. What a joy it is to see you. Huh? I've waited for so long. Oh! When I sensed you had awoken, I flew here as fast as my wings would carry me. I hope you're not hurt. I'm fine. What a relief. You cannot understand how I've missed you, my dear child. Oh, you're my mother. What's the matter? Don't tell me.
Since awakening, the Divine One's memory is clouded.
I see. I'm sorry. I'm sure you weren't expecting this. No, I must apologize. I was so overcome with joy. I hugged you as hard as I could. I take this to mean you've forgotten everything. I suppose it's to be expected. 1,000 years is a very long time. Vander explained that I've been sleeping since some war that happened back then. Yes. You suffered a terrible wound. And because of that... A wound? Well, I don't remember that. Or this world. Or anything. Don't fret, young one. I will speak to you of all you've forgotten, regardless of what you remember. I'm simply glad to have you back, my dear child. Still, this isn't the reunion you hoped for. Oh, don't worry about me. It's solace enough just to hear that sweet voice of yours, and to gaze once more into your eyes. What lovely colors they are.
Welcome back, everybody, to Fire Emblem Engage. And in the last episode, we got through a few tutorial maps, figured out the mechanics of the game, lots of exposition, and we're in for a little bit more of the same in this episode. A new thing we can do now is explore the battle maps, which, again, kind of comparing to Three Houses a little bit, we really couldn't do in that game. We had one area to explore, and that was it. But you can explore these battle maps to get materials, talk to your allies, adopt animals, which I'll be showing all that off later. Anyone who has a blue bubble above their head has something different to say, kind of story related to say. So we're going to talk to them. So we'll talk to Fram here.
So great!
You look so incredible on the battlefield. Of course you did. You're the Divine Dragon. But did you get injured at all? I hope not. If you need healing, though, I'm fantastic at it. So these don't have voice acting, and I'm not going to try to match the voices, because, yeah, it's not happening. I think there's enough voice acting in the game to compensate. Let's talk to Clan.
Amazing!
I was a bit worried, but we made it through. We're safe because of you, Divine One. Hey, what happened to that guy who popped out of your ring? Yes, what did happen to Martha, I wonder? Let's go ahead and talk to Vander. We'll save Lumera for last. It heartens me to see you and Queen Lumera reunited at last. The memory loss may have come as a surprise, but she seems elated nonetheless. Yep. And finally, Mother.
Thank you.
I am so very, very happy to see you. It's like a dream. However, we'd best not linger for too long. There may be more enemies lurking about. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here. So that blue border around the map here, we can go to that and depart. We can also press the pause button, or we can just do this and head to the next chapter.
Let's head to the castle. Climb on my back. We live on the continent of Elios, 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. Firene, kingdom of abundance. Brodia, kingdom of might. Elusia, kingdom of knowledge. Solm, queendom of freedom. The land of Lithos, home of divine dragons. And Gradlon, domain of the fell dragon, fallen to ruin. 1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the fell dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us, heroes known as emblems. With them, the warriors of our nations fought as one. In the end, we were victorious in defeating and imprisoning the fell dragon. In the years since, our world has been safe. But now, I sense a resurrection. The binding weakens. If his shadow stretches across the land again, then we must fight him anew, as we did in ages past. Fell Dragon, Sombron, must be stopped.
And there we have it. There's the background of this land, and the title card appears once again. Which is going to bring us to our very next chapter, which is Chapter 2. Queen Lumera.
Here we are. We are safe within these walls.
So this is Lithos Castle. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you think so. Though you may not remember this place, I've long waited to welcome you back here. Welcome home.
I'm home?
Yes, you are. I feel overwhelmed with joy. I may cry.
Queen Lumera.
Vander, Clan, Frem, thank you for all you've done. You are worthy stewards indeed. You and your predecessors, watching over my child all these years. I am ever so grateful.
You are too kind.
Yeah, it's awful nice of you to say that. I'm starting to feel woozy.
Oh yeah, go us! We just got praised by Queen Lumera herself!
The happiness of this moment aside, I am troubled to see the corrupted here in Lithos.
The corrupted?
Those enemies you were fighting out on the grasslands.
Oh, I didn't like those things one bit. Just the sight of them made my blood run cold.
Understandably so. The corrupted are corpses revived by an evil power. The Fell Dragon used them as his soldiers in the war. Before the start of that bitter conflict, Elios had known peace for eons. But then, a dark presence emerged. Sombron. Despite tireless searching, we could not determine where he'd come from. But seeing the destruction he wrought, there was no doubt of his evil intentions. Now the corrupted are spreading once more. This may be a sign of his return.
No.
I wonder if it is mere coincidence that you awakened as all this unfolds. If the Fell Dragon has been released, then we must prepare for battle.
I can't imagine fighting someone like that.
Worry not. I doubt he will attack anytime soon. This castle is filled with the spirits of divine dragons. The corrupted cannot enter it easily. Let us devise a plan now, while we have the opportunity. Emblem Marth.
It's been quite some time, Lumera.
That it has. Thank you for lending your aid against the corrupted.
You're welcome. But of course, I could help only because your child remembered me. You know, it is possible the others are awake now, just as I am.
Perhaps you are right.
Sorry, but what do you mean? Who's awake?
There is something I should show you. Follow me.
What is this place?
This is the Ring Vault. It is where the emblem rings are enshrined. Those of the Holy Knight, of the Sage Lord, and of the Azure Twins rest here, as well as the Ring of the Princess Exalt, and finally, the Ring of the Instructor. Each dwells within an emblem ring, as Marth resides in the Ring of the Hero King.
So, counting Marth, there are 6 emblem rings. Wow.
In fact, there are 12. 6 here, and 6 entrusted to the other countries, as a precautionary measure.
What do you mean?
The emblems grant world-altering power to whoever has all 12 rings. For generations, the Divine Dragons used this power to ensure peace and prosperity in Elios. Indeed, that was how we locked away the Fell Dragon. But many have sought to steal the rings, and use them for their own nefarious purposes.
Which is why they're scattered all over the continent, not just stored here.
Precisely. The rings offer their power but once every 1,000 years, at which time the Divine Dragon travels across Elios to collect them from each nation's ruler. With 1,000 years having passed since last time, I was planning to carry out this ritual soon. But if the Fell Dragon is after the rings, the emblems may be summoned before I arrive.
Summoned?
It is how one calls for an emblem from a ring, just as you did earlier with Marth. Only those with royal dragon blood are capable of summoning. That includes you, my child.
Oh, you must be talking about the phrase that popped into my head.
An invocation, you mean? What was it?
Shine on, emblem of beginnings. I wasn't even thinking about it. The words just fell from my mouth.
That was how you summoned Marth. What was your focus? Your intention when you spoke those words?
I wanted to help Clan and Fram. I didn't want to lose them. I wanted to protect them.
Your focus was on helping others. Remember that intention whenever you summon emblems. Not to keep the power for yourself. Understand? To borrow so you may protect others.
I understand.
Now, why don't we try a practice battle? You must be a little rusty after all these years.
All right, so.
How about we train here? You will be the one fighting. The emblem lends you their strength. You need to train your body and mind to unleash an emblem's full power. Vander, Clan, Frem, you will be aiding my child in this battle. Against me.
Queen Lumera, even in a practice battle, I could not turn my weapon on you.
Oh, Vander, please do put your heart into it. I know I will.
Another battle. This is still in tutorial mode, so if anybody dies, even though we're playing on Classic, they're not gonna really be gone.
The corrupted!
No, dear. Not at all. How could you think so? I made these opponents from plants and rocks. Nevertheless, their abilities are the same. Drop your guard and you could be hurt.
They're really unsettling. Can we train with something else? They give me the chills.
Listen, you must push through your fear and face whatever opponent stands against you. Never run away. You are my child, the protector of all. The Divine Dragon.
I understand.
Don't worry, Divine One. We'll back you up every step of the way.
Yeah! What Fram said.
As loath as I am to battle against Queen Lumera, orders are orders. I pledge to bring us victory.
Thank you, everyone.
Now, let's begin.
So our victory condition this time is to defeat Lumera, and defeat, of course, is Alear is defeated, as always.
Be cautious, Divine One. Some of these enemies are carrying long-range weapons. Therefore, they can rain arrows upon us from afar.
So yeah, some enemies can attack 1, 2 range, some 3, actually. Now, there's a couple of different things that are going to happen in this fight. Lumera is going to give us a little bit of more exposition when we select different characters. We have Clan with us this time. You can see his personal skill, Verdant Faith, adjacent to Divine Dragon. It grants hit plus 10 to both of them. And then we have Fram, who's our healer, and she's got Crimson Cheer. If the unit is adjacent to the Divine Dragon, grants a Void plus 10. So these guys, they're obsessed with the Divine Dragon. So I'm going to click on Alear, and Lumera is going to tell us a few more game mechanics.
See this enemy with the axe. Axe wielders are at a disadvantage against swords. Swords are strong against axes. Axes against lances. And then lances against swords. If you outmatch your foe, you can break their fighting stance for an advantage in combat. Try it. Strike with your sword. After their stance is broken, they'll be open to further attack.
So the weapon triangle is nothing new to the Fire Emblem series, but what this game introduced is the break mechanic, meaning that I can basically disarm my foe. So if I come up here and I attack this guy here with my iron sword, you see we have a break. He's supposed to do 11 damage, but with my break, he's not going to be able to. So we go ahead in, break him, he drops his weapon, and then I go in for my second attack without him retaliating.
Well done. You see, swords are strong against axes. Always keep such weapon advantages in mind. Enemies can't counterattack while recovering their stance. A good time to finish them off.
So that's a good tip from Lumera. So if we come down here with Fram and I move her up.
The Divine One looked right at me! You know, I can do some mean healing with my staff. Not only that, I can take incoming hits from nearby allies. But it smarts when I do. Anyway, if you don't want to get hurt, or you need some patching up, just lean on me.
So she's essentially a healer. She's going to have a staff that can heal us if we take a lot of damage. She's also a Chi Adept unit, meaning that she can do this chain guard where we won't take an attack, but she will. So I don't use the chain guard too much, but if I do come up here and I want to take this unit out, I can go ahead and attack, and you can see 4 times 2, I'm going to take it down just fine. And even if I didn't, he couldn't hit me back. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom, done.
That's how it's done.
That is how it's done, Fram. And then I'm going to go ahead down here to Clan.
Hey, Divine One. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I can use magic. I'm good from near or far, even against well-protected enemies.
So he's a mage, and he is also a mystical unit. So mystic units, their accuracy is through the roof. So he will not miss, even if a foe is in an avoid spot. Now, if we highlight this bowman here, you're going to see that we do take him out. He can hit us back for 6 damage, but honestly, that's not too detrimental, especially since we're going to get the kill. And that is that.
For the Divine Dragon.
You can see they're getting pretty decent experience as well. I have not moved Vander yet, and that's for a reason. Now, Lumera can't move. Her range is just these 4 squares, so we're safe to do whatever we want.
I am your weapon.
I am going to move Vander just down here, just to keep him close to be safe. Lumera did nothing. Now, her range has expanded. Because we've come in close contact with her, it's a tutorial, she's going to move. She looks like she's going for Alear, but really anybody here is in her range. So I gotta try to figure out how to not let my weaker units get attacked. And one of the best ways I can think to do that
I'll do my best.
is I'm going to go ahead and move Alear up. And I'm just going to wait. She could go after Clan, Fram, or Vander if she wants. but I don't see that being an issue. She's got a physical attack of 14, and we've got defenses of 4, so she'd do 10 to Fram, she'd do 10 to Clan, and she would do only 4 to Vander. Nobody's in danger, and then even Alir, yeah, she can do a little bit of damage, she can do 9 to us, nothing detrimental. So I'm going to leave these guys where they are, because nobody else aside from Clan can get into attack her, I think. And Vander, which actually, you know what? I am going to go ahead and let Clan attack, because from range, she can't attack me back. So.
Queen Lumera, I don't want to attack you. Ugh, I feel dizzy.
Sharpen your focus, Clan, lest you miss.
And there we go. So she softened up a little bit now, so regardless of whether she hits Clan next or she hits Alir, we will hopefully be dealing with a pretty much of a weaker unit. Now I could come around here and I could get Fram to do her chain guard, but I don't want to risk Lumera coming after her that way, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the turn. Let's see what she does.
There is no need to hold back, my child.
All right.
I could be wrong, but I think she's scripted to attack Alir if Alir's in range. So, Alir's taken a little bit of damage, Clan has taken a little bit of damage, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring Fram in here, and I'm going to have Fram do a heal.
Kind of you.
In fact, through these early chapters, Fram is going to get a lot of her experience from healing. I'm not really going to use her too much as a combat unit. Now, if I pick on Alir right now and I go to try to attack Lumera, we're going to be putting ourselves kind of back in a wonky state. You know, she's got a 50% chance to hit us. I'm not a big fan of that. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to engage with Marth.
Emblem Engage.
And that's going to give me access to that Lodestar Rush again. Not only that, it gives me access to a Rapier, which has a specialization against Cavalry and Armored. She's neither, but it ups all of my stats. My physical, my speed, my hit, and my avoid. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on, and then you see we're going to get the kill on Lumera, and that's our condition.
My prayers are with you.
So sorry.
We are also leveling up Marth's Bond, which is going to get us some bond effects. Here we've got Sword Agility, giving us Avoid plus 10 at the cost of Crit minus 10 when we're using a sword. That's fine. Then it just tells you the bond level goes up.
Fantastic work. You fought together splendidly. Let's move on. Wait over there a moment.
All except Vander.
All right. If everyone is in position, we'll begin. This time, I will be more hands-on. I intend to fight as if in an actual battle. Furthermore, I'll be using this.
Is that the Ring of the Holy Knight?
Indeed it is. I'm inviting an old friend to join us.
I am Sigurd. If you require strength and swiftness, I am all too happy to oblige.
Emblem Sigurd. He looks like a strong opponent.
Each emblem has their own abilities. When allied with them, you can call upon their unique powers and skills.
Whatever Sigurd's power is, it won't be the same as Marth's. We better keep our eyes open.
My rapier is effective against cavalry, like those enemies over there. Once we engage, you can use my weapon. Try it against that foe.
Alright, so this is telling us about emblem energy. It says blue light spheres on the ground. I'm also, if I press ZR on my, or ZL, I can see the enemy danger range. So this is anywhere the enemies can go to attack. Alir's the only one with an engage meter, so I'm going to plop Alir on top of this tile, and I'm going to do a little bit of damage to this guy. We're going to break him. He's not going to do any damage back. And that leaves him open for somebody else to get the kill. Now, in addition to the overall danger radius, I can also highlight an enemy themselves and see where they can go. So we've got this lance user who can only go down to here, and we have this bowman who can only go down to here. So anyone that I move to the right is actually going to be very well protected. Now, Fram cannot get in to do any damage. Vander could, but I'm not using him. And then we have Clan. So I'm actually going to move...
Looked right at me.
I'm going to move Clan up right in this dude's face because he's going to take care of him. And that puts him in a thicket where he gets some extra avoid. And then you're going to see this first attack. He's done.
Sort of like that, maybe?
There we go. Now, I could move Fram into range of one of these guys. I'm not going to, though. What I'm going to do with Fram is I'm going to place her very close to Alir and Clan. And then I'm going to put Vander kind of right in the middle just as an emergency precaution, just in case something goes wrong. But this is going to pull these guys. They're scripted to move. And then we can start doing some damage. So Alir can actually get over to start tackling this lance user. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to soften him up with Alir. And then I think I can come in and get the kill with Fram. Which is a good strategy because he didn't hit me. So Fram can come in here and mop this guy up with no damage back.
Don't mess with the steward.
There we go. And then again, to get Clan a little bit of experience, we have another bowman. If we get right up in his face, he has no chance to hit us back, and we're going to get a kill damage-free. Beautiful.
Oh, thank goodness.
Now, before I end my turn, my damage radius has gone down significantly. However, Lumera has a special skill. If we get in here and we look at her skills, right? She's here, and then we have Sigurd right beside her, which you can't see him because he's so majestic that he goes off the screen. There we go. If we look at her skills, she has Canter. She gets this from Sigurd. But then she has Gallop. It grants you move +5, or move, grants another move +1. So what we're actually seeing, because she's a dragon, what we're actually seeing is not her full movement range. If I put on here, that's where she can go right now. But once she engages with Sigurd, she can move an extra 6 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She could get down here and attack Clan. I'm kind of expecting her to, but we'll see what happens. Now you see Clan is also in a thicket. He's got an avoid +30. Let's see what exactly Lumera decides to do. And I'm going to go ahead and move Vander up just for that little bit of extra protection. Okay, she didn't actually attack. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take Alir, and I'm going to put Alir at the max range here, which is right here. I would love to move Alir into the thicket, but I'm just 1 space too far back. So I'm going to put Alir here. You see that's going to draw this cavalry unit. It's also going to draw Lumera. And so what I want to do is I'm going to engage.
Lend me your strength.
And because we're facing off against a cavalry unit, I'm also going to equip that rapier. I know I'm drawing the cavalry, and I'm probably going to draw Lumera. That's going to help me with my avoid. So I'm going to go ahead and wait. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move these guys up again for that extra protection, but I'm not going to put anybody in range. And then we're going to see what happens.
Your teamwork is inspiring. Now it's time for us to make our move. Come, Sigurd.
No disrespect, Queen Lumera, but I've got to attack you.
That's the spirit, Fram.
I wasn't expecting her to go after Fram, but that's okay. We're fine. Fram's gonna survive that.
was incredible.
Lord Sigurd is remarkably swift. Perhaps we should be grateful this is a mock battle.
Ooh. Well,
I live to fight again.
that's what the rapier does. And this guy should move too. Now, I have a couple of different options here. I can send somebody up to take care of this cavalry unit. In fact, I might see what Clan can do. He's not going to take him out. He's going to do 15, leaving with 8. Fram can get up there, and she'll only do 6 damage. So my other option is to whittle down a little bit with Vander, but my real target has to be Lumera. So if I go on my Lodestar Rush and I do my rapier, we're going to see that we're not going to finish her off. I don't want her messing with my other units, and so unfortunately Lumera is going to have to be the unit that I focus on. But that's fine. I can leave an enemy on the field to finish the map. We're going to have a lot of other enemies to look at here. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to go ahead and send Clan in to start softening Lumera up a little bit. So he's going to do 14 damage. She'll leave her with 16 left. Good. Now, unfortunately, I don't believe there's anybody that I can... Oh, no, I can heal. So I'm going to get Fram a little bit of experience by healing. Like I said before, a lot of Fram's experience in the early game is going to be through healing, because she is a pretty weak unit, but you can see she's already level 2, which is fantastic. Got HP and speed. Vander I'm not going to attack, but I am going to move him here, because now Alear is going to get all these bonuses from the stewards, and then I'm going to put her in here and Lodestar Rush, and this should kill. Yes.
This is certainly more of a challenge.
Your enemies will not hold back, and neither will I. That is why you must defeat me. What a delight it is to see you in battle after all these years.
Fate has brought us here.
So sorry. You've won. I'm proud to see you working together so well.
And there we have another level up for Alear from level 2 to level 3. We got a level up for Fram. We got a level up for Alear. Perfect. We're also leveling up Mars Bond again, getting break defenses. This is a fantastic bond effect. We'll see what it does probably in the next battle. And with that, stage clear. Once again, MVP being Alear and Marth. That should be about it for the tutorial battles, and that is going to do it for this episode as well. So again, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing, especially if you want to see more Fire Emblem Engage content. And as always, I wish you guys a great rest of the day, and I will see you in the next video.